Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video I wanted to do a fall makeup look with you guys. I asked you in my last makeup video if you guys would want to see more videos on makeup and how I do my makeup, and a lot of you guys said yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another makeup look for you guys. I don't know why, but I just woke up this morning and I was like craving a fall makeup look. It is getting into like the fall season, so I thought it would be a nice video, and that way you guys have like a fall look and I can show you guys how to create one. So for today's makeup look, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn X Morphe Vault collection. I have all of the palettes, but I'm only going to be using 3 out of the 4 today. So this one is Armed and Gorgeous, a lot of fall tones in there, super pretty. This one is Ring the Alarm, and this is the main palette that I'm going to be using today. It has so many cute fall colors, so this is the main palette I'm going to be using. And then the last palette is Bling Boss, and this has a lot of more like pinky tones. I'm really only going to be focusing on this shade right here and maybe like one of these two in the corner. One thing I want to say is you don't have to have the same brushes, the same eyeshadow as I have. Literally any dupe eyeshadow or colors that are close to what I'm using is gonna work. Same thing with brushes. Dollar Tree has really good Wet n Wild $1 brushes, and I love them. So you can definitely find this stuff more affordable at Dollar Tree, or I'm sure there's a lot more affordable options at Walmart. So just know you don't have to have the same stuff I have. Like, you can get all this stuff for cheaper and it's still going to be amazing quality. Let's go ahead and start doing the makeup. I'm very, very excited. I'm just going to start by priming my eyes with my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Fair. I definitely think putting some type of primer down before you do your eyeshadow helps it stick better and makes the pigment a little bit more vibrant. I'm going to start with this yellow shade right here. I just pick it up on a fluffy brush, and this is going to be my first transition color. I kind of want to go with more yellow, orange, red, burgundy tones, kind of like, you know, the fall leaves. That's the vibe I'm going for today. So we're going to start with this yellow color. It's like a mustard yellow. So I'm just going to start graduating the colors from lightest to darkest. So I have yellow down. I'm going to go in with a lighter orange and blend that in. Then I'm going to go in with a darker orange and blend that in. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and I'm going in with a smaller brush. Once I get the main color laid down, like the yellow, I like to start using a smaller brush because it makes blending a little bit easier. And I'm gonna start dipping into the darker oranges, so this one and maybe this one. And I think today I'm gonna do a cut crease. That's what I'm craving, like a nice cut crease with some like sparkly shadow. Ever since I learned how to do a cut crease, they've become my favorite because they're not a lot of effort, but they look like you've done a lot to achieve that. I'm gonna go ahead and start dipping into some of the reds and burgundies and start deepening everything up. So I'm gonna go in with this red shade right here, and then I'm also gonna go in with this berry shade. This is why I like to use a smaller brush, because you can be much more precise with where you're putting down the pigment. If I was still going in with that really large fluffy brush, this whole thing would be covered in red right now, and I would lose all the other colors that I've worked to put in there. I said this in my last makeup video, but I personally like packing the color on my lid first. So right now it's not blended at all. I just like to get the pigment on there, and then I'll go back in with the orange and the yellow and kind of diffuse these lines and blur them out so that way they're a little bit more seamless. Now I'm gonna go back in with the orange shade, and I'm just going to buff out. This is the brush I was using, so I'm going in with an even smaller brush and picking up a darker pigment. I'm gonna go in with Framed right here. It's not super dark, but it's more of a berry tone versus a red, which we just used. And with this, I'm gonna be even more careful where I'm applying it. I love the way this looks. If you feel like any colors are disconnected, just go back in with a transition shade. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of the red and a little bit of the orange on my brush combined, and just kind of blend these two colors together and just smoke them out. All right, I'm happy with the depth and the blend of those colors. So now I'm just gonna go in and cut my crease. For the longest time, I wanted to know how to do a cut crease, and I struggled with knowing what to do and how to do it because it kind of seems difficult. But then I saw an Instagram video of a girl showing an easy hack on how to do a cut crease. So I'm gonna show you guys. I've shown you guys this hack many times before, but I want to keep showing you in case someone's new or they have never seen this before. I think it could really help them. So I'm just going in with the same concealer I used earlier, and I'm going in with a super narrow small brush, picking up this concealer. And then all I do is draw a line on my lid like it's eyeliner. And then all you do is look up and kind of squint your eyebrows. And it's gonna start creating a cut for you. And if this happens where there's not a lot there, just add a little bit more concealer in this area and then repeat the process. So it creates a nice angled cut for you. So then all you have to do is just follow this angle and fill all of this in. I like to wipe off this small brush, and what I'll do is go back in with the darkest pigment and kind of just go in along this line. Doing this just makes the crease pop out a little bit more. Now I'm gonna go in with a shimmer shade for my eyelids, so let's choose what color we're gonna go with. There are several really pretty coppery gold shades in here, so I'm gonna swatch them real quick and choose which one I think would go best with this look. And these shimmers work best if you use your fingers, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm starting with this one right here. It's hard to apply it with your fingers because obviously your fingers are like way bigger than your eyelid, so I just try and put as much down as I can, and then I'll go in with a smaller brush and pick it up and kind of get more towards the crease area. Now I'm gonna go in with this shimmer right here. It's more of a like bronzy fall gold. As you can see, I've gotten as close as I can to the crease with my finger. So now I'm just gonna go back in with a super small brush, pick up the pigment and just press it up along where that crease is. Ooh, I just discovered this shade and I think it would be really pretty blended into this one. So I'm gonna go in with this shade, use my fingers, and then blend it into this bronzy one. Yes, look at that. Look at that. This is bringing me so much joy. Oh my gosh, stop it. Stop, this is so good. Oh, I love this. These colors are exactly the vibe I needed today. When I am placing my eyeshadow on my lid, I try and place them at an angle. It's just more flattering and it kind of draws the eye out. So as I'm applying the colors, I try and apply them like this, so that way it kind of guides the eye outward. The only thing we have to do left is deepen and fill in the outer corner a little bit more. I'm going back in with this super dark berry shade, and I'm just gonna connect everything together a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and pick up the darker red shades, and I'm just gonna blend that in. There's this shade right here. It's kind of a shimmery purple black, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that, add it to the outer corner just to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm going in with the smallest brush because I don't want to add too much of this. So you can see I've just added a tiny bit. So once I have that color placed, I'll go back in with the flat brush, pick up the darker berry color and blend these two together. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my base makeup. I'm not gonna do this part on camera because I did it last time. So if you're wondering what foundation, contour, blush, everything that I'm using, I'll leave a link to my previous video up here for you so you can go watch that and see all the products I use for my base makeup. I'm back, my base makeup is done. So let's go ahead and finish out under the eyes, put some lashes on and do our lipstick. I have the best lipstick combo for this. It's gonna look amazing. I'm very excited. I'm just going in with the two smaller brushes to do underneath my eyes, and the same concept applies for underneath my eyes as it does for blending up here. I'm using all the same shades and I'm going to be working from the darkest and then blending out to the lightest. So I'm gonna go in with that deep purple shade first. I just bring the colors around and kind of connect everything around my eye so that way it blends really nicely. Going in with the red shade, and I'm just going to apply that underneath. I'm gonna go in with the larger brush now and pick up the orange, and I'm going to just blend around the eye and underneath. Then I'm just going in with the last shade, the yellow, and I'm just gonna connect everything. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara and lashes off camera. The lashes I chose today are Makeup a Murder Evidence Marker 4 lashes. This is what they look like. They're a little bit more thicker and more dramatic, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with these ones. I think that they'll just complement the look a little bit better. All right, eyelashes are on. Let's move on to the last step. We're gonna do our lipstick. It's gonna pull everything together and make it just an amazing fall-inspired look. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna be using Dominatrix and Unicorn Blood. I have so many of his products left over. I'm no longer purchasing from him, in case any of you guys were wondering. If you know nothing about Jeffree Star, Google why he's problematic and what the issue with supporting him is. You can do research and form your own opinion. You can decide to support him or not support him. That's totally up to you. For me, I chose not to support him anymore. I do have so many of his products that I will continue to use until they're empty, and once they're gone, I will be purchasing dupes from another company who is more deserving. So I am using his products today, but I am no longer purchasing from him. This is just stuff that I have left over. I'm going to start with Dominatrix, and then I'm going to blend it into Unicorn Blood. Here is what the brown looks like. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the red shade in the middle and kind of like blend it out. All right, here is everything completed. I love the way this turned out. It's probably one of my favorite makeup looks that I've ever done. I love the colors. It's exactly what I was picturing in my head. I love the lip combo with the shades. I think it just like ties everything in, and it's very fall and autumn. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look, and I hope it helped you and you guys learned something from this. I know I'm not the best at makeup, but I want to make these videos to try and help some of you guys and show you guys that it is easier if you break it down and I kind of explain how I do things and why I do what I do. So I hope that that helps you guys like understand makeup a little bit more and how to blend and how to do a cut crease. Videos like this helped me learn how to do things, so I hope it helps you guys in some way. That is all for today's video. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and until next time guys, stay weird. Goodbye.